Welcome to Miller Life. Today I'm doing Trash to Treasure and I'm very excited to show you what I did with this table. It started out hideous and it ended up being so cute for my son, and I also made a little side table for my porch. So let's get right to it. So when I seen this, I thought, well, this is hideous, and I didn't know what to do with it, but it looked like two tables to me. So I was like, well, let's take it apart. And originally I got my son that chair. It was like a pencil chair from Hobby Lobby. And we had intentions on getting the table to match it, but we never did get to go back because of COVID. So he had went to his grandma's yesterday, and she has a little table there, and she let him eat at it by himself, and he felt like such a big shot. So I was like, he needs his own table. So I was looking in his room, and this was just sitting in there with piggy banks on it. And I thought, well, that's just not a nice looking table. And so I thought I'd paint it for him, and I was like, well, it's too tall once he sits down at it. So I took it apart. Thankfully, it comes apart very easily, and I just painted it for him. I took the legs off, and I took the top. I didn't sand anything down because I just didn't feel like it. But you will see me paint those legs here in just a minute, and I will paint them first with Waverly white chalk paint, and that's just because I wanted my apple barrel paint to have a base coat so that the colors would pop. So I took that red spray paint and I did the surface of the table, and then like I said, I just took this and I painted all of them white, and before I did my colors, just so they would stand out better. After the white was dry, I just took my apple barrel paint. I just had green, blue, and yellow, and then I made a pink, a lighter pink, and I just painted them on top of the white. I only put one coat of white, but I ended up putting like 3 coats of each color on the legs. When I did the first one, the first coat of color, I just let them lay on the table. But then I waited for the top part to dry that I'd spray painted red, and I connected them back, and I did my coats that way, just so no pieces were laying against the table, because I noticed on the white it made it have like streaks in it, and I didn't want any parts to be streaked, so I just waited until the top part dried. Which you don't see that part because I didn't video me putting 3 coats of paint on, because there's no point. Why not just tell you I put 3 coats on and just show you the colors that I used. So this is what I ended up doing. I had no idea I was gonna like this blue as much as I did, and it's just a blue color in the apple barrel paint that's 50 cents from Walmart, and it's so pretty. I started putting it on, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to do more stuff with this because I had it in my craft box, but I never did do anything with it. I always just let it lay in there, and today I only got it out because there was blue on his chair and I wanted the table to match. But look how beautiful color that is. I don't know what it is lately, but I'm really loving blue. What is your all's favorite color right now? And then for my portion of the table, it had big screws in it and I had to take them out, and they didn't fit in those holes because they attached to the other legs originally. So I first thought I'll just fill those holes in and paint the top, and then I was like, I have some of this contact paper from the Dollar Tree and it's really pretty, and I thought, well, that would remedy me not having to fill those holes up and I can just cover it up. So I just laid it on there, cut a circle to the size of the surface of it, and then I cut it out, and then once I had that cut out, I kind of set that piece to the side for a minute because you can see that the sides there are brown and I didn't like that. So I got my chalk paint and I just painted it white, and I did 2 coats of that because that stuff is like laminate, I guess it would be called. So I had to do 2 coats because it would kind of just smear it around, and I didn't want my sides to look brown or anything like that. So I put the white on there, and then I eventually, after I got that part done, I painted all the legs white because I thought that would be pretty. I had went back and forth with painting the legs black and that part leaving it white, but then I was like, no, I'm just gonna do it all white. So to put this contact paper down, I just took a little bit of the protective strip off the back and slowly peeled it off because I was afraid if I did it all at once I would have like a bunch of bubbles in it. So I just did it. I mean, I had to pull it up like 2 or 3 times to get it right, but to me the best way to put it on is to just slowly guide it back while you still have that back sheet on. Because if you mess up, you can just lift it up and fix it, which I did a bunch. I mean, you'll see. I pick it back up and lay it back down. But I just didn't want a bunch of crinkles and bubbles, and there I go, picking it up again. But it's fine though. It's still just as sticky, so it goes down fine. But maybe I should have used something to help get the air bubbles out better instead of my fingers. See, there was a crease. But you can just lift it up and then do it again, and it's fine. It works fine. It all turned out good. I loved it. It's fine. And I'm not sure if I'm just not good at measuring or what I did, but I had to get my scissors and go around the side because I had a little bit of overhang on one side. I don't know if I just didn't trace it right. I don't know what I did, but anyways, I went around with my scissors and fixed it. And then I don't show it in here, but I do get my Waverly paint and I just dry brush the top of those flowers because I just thought it was like really black and I wanted it to be lightened up. So here is where I would suggest using wood glue, but I didn't have wood glue, and the back of that's kind of made like a cork board. So I used E6000 and hot glue to put my legs back on. The paint wasn't dry whenever I finished my video, so I went ahead and did it anyway. As you can see, it looks splotchy, but that's because it's not dry. But anyway, I really love the way it turned out. Thank you for watching, and please